Tweet, dang it. Tweet. Welcome back to Dread Canaries Against the Iron Storm. I'm the Dread Canary, the game is Against the Storm, and we continue to play in Iron Man mode, where the goal is to beat every difficulty level twice, all the way up to Prestige 20. And we recently had to restart, and last time we finished Viceroy difficulty. So we are heading into Prestige, and of course we will want a lot of food, we'll want artifacts, and machinery. The no orders does seem like a easy way to lose the run early, so I'm not going to do that. It's certainly possible to do, it's just not consistent enough that I want to put it on this run since I am already having trouble getting into the higher prestiges. But the Ruined Settlement is a great way to get machinery, and it's pretty easy to do, and we can do this. You know, the Scarlet Orchard is usually considered pretty easy, and it's kind of fun, but I like a classic Royal Woodlands. I've been playing since that's all we had, and I quite like it. So we'll go ahead and go there. We've got 8 lizards versus 7 beavers and 2 lizards, so of course we're going to go with the 7 and 2 split. We'll call us, you know what? Why don't we just call it 72? Or 72. There we go. 72. Because what is creativity? No, really, what is it? Can you buy some? I would like to buy some. Okay, so if we're looking at lizards, right, we're going to definitely have wood, because of course we're going to have wood, and that means we're going to be able to make planks and get beaver housing. Lizards, of course, want bricks for their lizard housing, and that generally leads me to think clay. But early on, it might make sense for me to just bring extra food and not worry too much about it. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to bring meat and roots, and we're going to call it a day. Let's go. So, of course, our only modifier here is the prestige. We've got our usual trees give more wood, and of course the ruined settlement means buildings that we can put back together. 20% chance of doubling yield with every cycle. If they have housing, fantastic. We can do that immediately. Rotten rain, living matter spawns on farm fields. Okay, every 70 seconds comes out to once per storm. That's not bad. It's a bit issues for our food consumption, but it's not bad. Resolve drops faster. Hate that. That's not good. Villagers dying during the storm turn into living matter. Okay, so just don't let them die. That should be fine. And housing and services, or they eat more. This is pretty tame. That's not bad at all. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gap. That is an awkward size. It means we're going to be looking at 3 by 3 buildings. 2, 3. So this goes here, and we can do our nice straight edges. We've got 4 dangerous glades around us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 5. 5 dangerous glades around us. Yes, I did grow up on Sesame Street. No, I really didn't. I didn't get to see that much television as a child. But I know the memes, right? Now we want only marked trees, and I held down shift so it automatically propagates. And we will make a nice row that way. We want to go right up to this tree line, but we're not actually opening the small glade because small glades are not worth it. Okay, so we are looking at just lining these up very nicely. There we go. Okay, that should get us started. Maybe I want to clear out a bit more space behind my main storage. Yeah, I like that. Nice big old squared off area with just a little indent here for this corner. We'll increase our speed. Queue up a herbalist camp. Shift beaver. Shift beaver. This is a lizard, right? It is a lizard. That's exactly what we wanted it to be. That's perfect. And of course, we will want a stonecutter's camp over here. Lizard happiness, more villagers, or newcomers bring more goods based on hearth upgrades. But I don't have all the hearth upgrades unlocked. I'm gonna go with training grounds. I don't love training grounds, but none of these are bad enough that I'm gonna risk a reroll this early, because I might need the reroll later. +1 plank production is massive. Discover 2 glades and rebuild a building when we're next to a modifier that gives us more buildings to rebuild. Absolutely Lost in the Woods. Tools are harder to get than building materials, so this trade is bad. I'm going to go ahead and go with Rich Harvest, and then that tells me I need to hope for a farm. I don't think the smelter makes sense on the Royal Woodlands, so we're going to ignore the smelter. The scribe is really good for beavers, but only if we've got a pile of other things first. The leather worker is fine. I'm going to go with the brickyard, though, because the brickyard gives me the option of making crystallized dew, which is the start of a tool production chain, while also giving me a building material for one of those racial houses that we'll need. Now here, I've got a bunch of good options. Not the alchemist hut. Not this, because we've got the brickyard for crystallized dew. Wine is good for beavers. Cosmetics is good for harpies, and I don't know if I'll have harpies. So we're going to axe the alchemist hut. The rain mill is really good for setting up the basis of a complex food chain, which culminates in the bakery. So these two together would be excellent, but either one on its own is not so great. And I don't have any farm blueprints, so I don't have any way of making flour. So right now I'm going to axe this whole side of things and go with the weaver. And of these, the forester's hut is fantastic because it lets you grow crystallized dew. But I'm going to go with the herb garden so I can get a farm going. And the herb garden can power a bakery on its own if you get it again as another option. For now, what I'm going to do is we're going to eliminate this. We're going to make a little bit of a lopsided town here. And we're going to make this our weaver. Now, of course, both of these just need planks. So we are going to only make planks in the crude workstation. We're going to make up to 20 planks, and let's put a beaver on that. Of course, I should also be thinking about some introductory housing. 3 will be enough for now. And of course, we need a classic comforting tower. What that's going to do is that's going to set us up for quite a lot of building success pretty early on. And we're going to make a road this way because we're going to start putting official housing right here, like the kind that I keep, not this temporary crap. We're just putting up the temporary stuff to take advantage of our bonus next time we get to drizzle, and so that we can get that next tier of hearth, giving us a global resolve bonus. Oh, look at that. Brickyard's already up. That's very nice. This resolve is low, but we haven't hit that aura of fear yet, so they should be fine. And since they're going to lose their resolve pretty slowly, this is going to give them a bonus. It's going to get both lizards housed. That'll get us to positive. And I'm going to rotate this a little bit this way. And we're actually going to bring this one over. because what we're going to do is we are going to authorize opening up this glade immediately, which should open just as the storm is lifting. Okay, we got humans. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and grab a human so I can put them in the hearth. Give us a little bit more time. We're going to put 2 lizards in the stonecutters camp and leave the other 2 stonecutters to be able to work whatever glade event we uncover. Otherwise, I would set them to build more things. But at this point, there it goes. What's our next bonus? I'm not going to choose something that gives us impatience. Villagers will now train under them, fulfilling the need for brawling grants an additional +5 to resolve, but attacking a trader results in getting impatience points. I don't attack traders anyway, and we took the thing that gives us bonuses for making the training gear for the lizards, and we've got a weaver so we could make it, which makes this real tempting. But I'm going to go with mushroom seedlings, because the big problem with the herb garden is how inefficient roots are, and you can make flour out of mushrooms, so this is just going to make that a much more efficient farm. And we've got farmland now. Oh, look at that! And a haunted rain mill. Oh, that's phenomenal. That is so good. But of course, I should probably be working on this, so let's go ahead and send 2 lizards over to do that. They can do it with resin that we're getting for free from the trees. This is really, really nice. Humans and lizards like jerky. This gives us more jerky in people. And this one, if we get a brewery, we automatically get a tavern with it. Let's go ahead and do that. Free building blueprints are very, very good. We are definitely going to open up the 5 glades. I don't know how long it's going to take us to do this one, and I'd rather have parts in tools. Because remember, I don't really turn away villagers. Like, I always take my packs of villagers, so I don't need anything that's going to boost villager production. We are going to outscale the forest in terms of manpower eventually anyway. Or lose. Like, that's how this goes. Like, we either get enough people to completely dominate, or I lose. It's just how my playstyle works. Then now I'm thinking about the my favorite song by ABBA. And yes, I do have a favorite song by ABBA, and it is Waterloo. And among other things, it's got the line, "I feel like I win when I lose," which is just a great description of the kind of relationship that the singer is having. Like that is a person who feels confident in being loved. That even when they're wrong, it feels like victory. So, I mean, that's life goals, right? Plus, there's just not enough love songs that compare love to historical battles, right? Like, they've got Waterloo, and I feel like at one point I had a second example, but I don't remember what it is now. Historical pop is just fun, by which I mean, like, pop songs that are based on history. Like, what is this as a genre? It does not get enough play. Okay, we got our weaver. Let's schedule a couple of lizard houses, and in fact what we're going to do is say we want to use clay, and then only if we can't use clay will we use stone. We want 50. We're not going to make any crystallized dew yet, but we are going to throw 2 lizards in here. And we don't want to deal with tier 2 storms, so firing 1 woodkeeper will work. Now, of course, we really need to be thinking about food production, my word. So I need to come over here and we need to make an herb garden. For now, we are only going to plant mushrooms in the herb garden. We've got enough fuel that I'm actually going to fire more beavers. I'm going to delay opening up another glade for now. I'm going to move this over here and focus on clearing out the farmlands. We definitely want humans so we can work the farmlands. To that end, we throw humans on there right away. Ooh, 3 roots per minute is free food, free packs of provisions for new villagers. I don't need this. I've got an herb garden, and herbs are a great way to make provisions. +2 vegetable production would matter if I had a small farm, but I don't. So let's go with the root delivery line and just get free roots. Between that and the herb garden, it should completely solve our food problems for a while. I'm going to rehire some beavers here. So right now we don't have a whole lot of building going on because I've got so many people working, making stuff, but that's a great problem to have. Because it means that our economy is growing, and a solid economy can get you through the game pretty easily. I'll run a road back around here. Now let's move this comforting tower down just a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a neighborhood with the tower right in the middle. So we're going to do human house, beaver house, and then we'll delete the other house to put more beavers in a moment. Next set of orders. Well, we know we're going to be able to do trade routes. We've got a building that lets us make trade goods, and we're going to be able to make flour. So this is actually much better than luxury goods, which are harder to set up. Yeah, I don't have a building for this already. The jerky is good, the parts would be good, but I know that this is already viable based off of the resources I already have. And I feel like that makes it the smarter choice. If one is a definite, one is certainly possible given what you already have, and one has better rewards, but you might not be able to do it, I'm going to take the sure thing. So this is going to get humans. So humans and lizards are all in their specialized housing now. That means we don't need this house anymore. We're going to move this over here. Run a road around the back. So 5, that's 10, plus 2, that gets us to 14. And 14 is all we really need, but of course I like to go 2 more than that. So we're going to build a couple more houses. And I am feeling a beaver house and a lizard house for this. And of course, we're going to fire these beavers. Get us down to hostility 1. We're going to put farm fields over here. We'll toss 2 beavers in the small herbalist camp to lock in food production. And I think I want a lizard making fabric. But let's set a cap of 50 on this. And that's going to make sure that we have sources of all 3 building materials. We'll be able to make any specialized housing that we need. I didn't really clear my way to another glade, But again, I'm not feeling too pressed to do that quickly. We're definitely taking Calming the Forest. It lets us just really shove down hostility when it gets a little rougher. I'd prefer to round out some humans. So currently I've got 3 people on building. Let's go ahead and delete this housing. I don't think I need it now. But what I do need is another comforting tower. And some aesthetics buildings, which I think we're gonna do, like, just maybe a row of flower beds? Like that. Like this. What we're gonna do is we are going to say we want to clear back to here in the near future. Like so. Yeah. Okay. That looks good to me. So our food situation is stabilized, but we really have to start thinking about our orders, right? Fuel, we are starting to get sea marrow, so let's take ourselves off the wood standard, just so we get a lot of wood. We'll put a lizard in here, and what I'm going to tell them is we want 5 building materials, 7 packs of crops, which will be well, they'll be roots, because we're getting roots for free. Packs of provisions, we're going to put a cap of 20, and then packs of building materials, we are going to use bricks for now. No, we'll use fabric. We'll use fabric. And starting next year, I'm going to plan on also planting herbs. It won't change anything to click this now, because they've already done all the planting they're going to do for this year, and that way I don't forget. So we already have an order that gives us a tavern, right? So if we get a brewery, then we get a tavern. And if I take this order, then if I have a tavern and I have 50 ale, we get more ale production, which that just means I'm on the lookout for a brewery at this point. Just any way to get a brewery would be wonderful. I do also need to set up a rain collector so we can salvage this rain mill. And that would give us a better way of making packs of building materials. But I don't think I want to wait that long. Let's go ahead and make the rain collector, though. I'm going to put you... Yeah, we'll put you here. That gets us down to hostility 1, and we want to move this, which I can't do because I don't have any planks. I don't have any planks because I don't know why I don't have any planks. Probably using them to build stuff? There we go. we will want to put a road here and a road here. And I'm actually going to put a warehouse right here. Ooh, an additional trade route slot is huge. 40% more good. This is nice. This is not nice. I don't like that kind of escalation on people, but trade logs is really good, especially when you've got an order on trading. It's just really nice to have. So let's go ahead and shift beavers and shift beavers. And we want humans and lizards are what we're short on, so that's what we're going to grab. We have all the bricks we could possibly want, so we should probably do packs of building materials out of bricks. Add a second lizard to that. Stick a beaver in here. And we want to start thinking about crystallized dew. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we want bricks first, and if we already have bricks, we're going to use resin, which we can get out of the trees, plus stone. So we're going to say don't use stone. And we're going to use any kind of water that we want to have up to 20 of that. So that way, once we start having a building that lets us make tools, we should have crystallized dew in the bank already ready to go. Small herbalist camp. Okay. Now, tier 5, we haven't done anything, so the queen's kind of mad, but we are already working on multiple of these at once. Add a second beaver here. And you know what? We are going to put a limit of 10 pipes. We're going to say we make them out of crystallized dew, and we're going to add that to the queue. You know, let's not actually prioritize anything. We'll just say do them at the same time, and that way I can get some pipes. We can start using the water that we're collecting. And maybe I shouldn't quite authorize opening the glade this year, but we want to get close. We want to get real close to it. If you notice me touching my nose a lot, it's because I made home fries today, and I used a bit of cayenne. And then I made the mistake of rinsing the pan out when it was still hot, which meant that a whole lot of cayenne particulate got up in the air. And now my nose is like, yo, there's stuff up here that's not supposed to be. And it's a mess. Well, it's not a mess. It's just, you know, a bit uncomfortable. Let's go ahead and do this. And we want to say no more building materials. We've got all of those. And, in fact, now that we're making provisions, I should be thinking about a trading post, which will fit. Let's rotate this around here. I'm going to put my trading post right behind this mill that I still have to, you know, upgrade. What do we need for it? We need planks. Great. Or stormwater. Stormwater is probably our best bet, but we'll go ahead and turn this in so we can get more plank production. And another building. Okay, now the tool shop. Okay. So looking at this, right, we've got the herbalist camp, which can make mushrooms, which can be turned into flour. So I don't need the small farm for anything. The plantation would give us berries and plant fiber, which lets us make fabric, and berries can be used as like filler for pie or biscuits. It can also be used to make wine, but we can already use herbs for filler for pie and biscuits, so this would just be giving us berries for wine. Forester's Hut, if I hadn't already set up a production chain to get me crystallized dew, this would be huge, but I have, so this isn't that great. I'm getting a tool shop. Lock in the ability to make tools. Tools can win a game basically on their own, so we should get those. And I like having them I like having this kind of red roof building set up as a attachment to my main thing. Unfortunately, it looks best here. So I'm going to move this to this side, and we are going to set our tool shop. And you know what? Because of how I arranged my other buildings, I need a recess of one spot. So that works very nicely for me to put a road right here. And maybe what I'll do, I don't even need those barrels. I just think it looks nice.
Hello.
Hi, Jorg. How you doing?
Hello.
I don't know how other people pronounce that. I pronounce it Jorg. I could be wrong. Who knows? Let's say 37 resin and 1 building material. Sounds fantastic. We need trade routes. We need food. Farmers carrying more is pretty big, though, so let's see if we can afford that. I've got the ability to make tools, and I'm not worried about copper. And that gets us almost all the way there, so maybe if I sell 1 plank. There we go. Indeed, yes, thank you. And now our farmers are going to be able to carry more, which means they'll be able to empty more from here to here. And that's going to give them like an extra round of being able to clear the fields, which means more crops get taken in, which means more food gets produced per year. And since we just finished our crops option, we will have roots coming in as well that were previously getting siphoned off to finish an order. Oh look, planting's going to be faster. Yay! Well, so the forum is my favorite service building, and I love that. I love it a lot. But we are going to be getting a tavern, which means this just gives us education and the passive. But the passive is massive. The passive is 15% global chance for double production. And I don't have the ability to make tier 3 hearths yet, so that's really one of the few options I have for doubling my production. Clothier would be good for both humans and beavers, especially since I've got a weaver, so I should have a good amount of fabric. Cellar is good for beavers for the wine, and both beavers and lizards like pickled goods, and lizards and humans like jerky, but I don't really want to pick a building based on its 1-star options. And I know the internet loves oil. I don't understand why. So I'm going to go with the forum here. I love the forum too much to not take it when it's available to me. We are going to shift this harmony altar a little bit to like here for now, because I'm going to put a forum right here. It just sort of fits. And we should be thinking about a second hearth, but I haven't been. Where can I put you? Seriously? I love that. That's what we're doing. We're putting the hearth right there. Okay. So now I need to figure out where I can get people. Like, obviously, I want this over here to be a lizard. So that needs to be a lizard. Final order. Have 18 beavers, or have brawling fulfilled for 18 villagers, which means I need 18 lizards to do this. I'm much closer to the beaver thing, and it doesn't have any secondary effects. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make the beavers happy, shall we? Lizards and beavers are unhappy. Well, probably because I didn't fire my woodcutters. And we are now going to authorize opening this next year. And then we're actually going to just clear cut this whole area. Just all of these, just clear it. Just clear that whole zone. And that should be really nice. This can get moved over here. I can put 3 humans in this forum, so we can get the 15% chance of bonus shields, which I think I've unlocked 1% in the Citadel, so that gets us to like a 16%, plus the racial bonus here gets us to like 26% chance in this building. So we don't have a high chance, but regardless, it is still really nice. We can't really lower hostility further unless I want to do a happy burn, which I do. That's going to give us free parts. That's going to be really, really good. I know we're low on food, but I think we're really okay. Beavers. Beavers. Newcomers arrive faster when I get standing with trade routes. Buildings are cheaper, but resource nodes have less. Or free Citadel artifacts. I need the free Citadel artifacts, people. We're going to get this because I'm going to slow roll the 18 beavers. I don't think I need to do that all at once. I think we're okay. Okay, we are in. Corrupted Caravan. Well, we can do it with resin, so let's do it with resin. And I think insect traps gives us free insects when we make mushrooms. We can grow mushrooms on any farm. Food-wise, this is going to be great. Blight rot sith spawned equal to the hostility level. I hate that. I do want to end this. Or no. I want to end this. My word, what am I doing? So let's go ahead and take the goods. But we have so much fuel that I'm actually going to go ahead and fire all of my woodcutters for the season. Like, we're just not going to worry about chopping wood this year. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to take this opportunity to build that. And on top of that, let's come over here. Now let's wait a bit. But we can build a harvester's camp. Yeah, I know, lizard resolve is low, but we should be alright. What if I raise this? Oh, we've got 50. I don't know that I need more. Training gear, however. Training gear requires 8 stone or 3 crystallized dew. Crystallized dew lets us drop that significantly, because each crystallized dew is like... So it's like 3.5 stone. Let's go ahead and do this. But we're not going to use planks. And we're going to use crystallized dew, yeah. There we go. We also will want packs of trade goods. And how many do we want? We wanted 25. Alright. We wanted 25, so we'll get 25. We need some more housing. What can I do about that? Well, for one thing, I can move this over here. And we can build another lizard house. it's going to be like that for one, so this will be the next one. This is almost done being worked on, and that's going to get us some food. Additional blight rod cysts appeared. Right. We need to make a blight fighter. 1, 2, 3. Yep, so that'll give us room for a blight fight post right here. And at this point, I feel like I need to lower the hostility quite a bit. Hate that. Why are you guys so miserable? You're hungry? You're hungry, yeah. And of course, this isn't helping matters. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, that's done. And that's going to solve a lot of our problems. And then I can come in here and I can say, you know what? Stop burning wood. We're going to keep burning the coal for a minute. And I'm going to favor lizards real quick. There we go. We got a ruins rebuilt. That's good. So I can go to my orders. We can turn this in, get more stone and clay production. Nice. And how many cysts do we have? We have 2. Okay, and we're going to say we want to use wood. Yep, we're going to set a cap of 20. And I'll throw a lizard in here because they'll like it. We're going to turn off favoring lizards. Come on. Fliz, hey, how you doing, buddy? Bonus tool production could be good. Bonus, no, definitely not that. You don't have any food. You don't have anything I desperately need. I don't have anything I want to sell you, so... thanks, but we're not going to trade this year. Boom. Okay. Do I have packs of provisions? I do, which means I should be looking at trade routes, which can only be done with the Smoldering City. But let's go ahead and do that. And, you know, now is a good time for me to turn off this, because they finished that, and that means I can put some beavers back in here for the season. And of course, we need to re-farm field this, which I forgot to do. And we want to turn off herbs because we have tons of herbs that cropped up and not much other food, so not excellent. I can put 2 beavers here. And I can send a human this way to tear down that weaver. Okay. So that should keep us happy enough. And also let us burn through enough cysts that we don't get any downsides. A couple of trade routes finished, so I should be looking at more trade routes. Living matter spawned on a farm field, right. Okay. 20 amber for every 100 ale produced. Scouts work faster for every firekeeper. Let's do that. I've got 2 already, and that's going to massively increase our working speed. We're going to turn this off. We're going to fire you, and then hire a bunch of beavers to chop down trees. We're ignoring the living matter until we get people. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we also want another farm over here, which will just be mushrooms. Scouts idle, go ahead and investigate. Trade routes, it's a new season. So we'll sell stone, sounds good to me. Stonecutter's camp is out of stone, so stone cuts. So we swoop it down here. And we also, I just noticed these eggs, means trapper's camp, which I can work with some lizards. We can sell planks, so let's sell planks. We are out of reeds, so let's go ahead and fire these 2 so I can put them here and get more food. We're going to swoop this out of the way. We'll put 2 humans in here. And I should probably work on... Oh, it's almost done. I'm like, I should probably work on this. And then I look over and I've already done the thing that I'm about to try to do. We can build a lizard house here. And we can run a road. How do I want my road network to look? I don't know, but I'm feeling... Definitely feeling some benches. Maybe some barrels here? Yeah, okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do benches there. We're going to do flower beds. Like so. And I didn't actually need all... I didn't need a 5th one. So on this side, we are going to put a bench. No, that's where we're going to put the barrels. Over here, we're going to make a fence corner. Hey, how you doing there, Dullahan? We've got amber. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves a nice bonus. Well, that's going to save me from having to make flour into trade goods. And we get free plant fiber if we make vegetables. Well, that's not much, but it's something. If I sell this, and I sell this, can I get 13 more amber? I can get more than 13 more amber. Okay. What if I sell you this too? Can we get 33 more amber? Maybe not. That might be a bit much. Or maybe I can do it? Maybe I can do it. Okay. Hey, farmer's carrying even more. And bonus coat production. Not great, but hey, that's a pile of food, so not too mad about it. Let's take a look at our trade routes options. Nope. Can't do any of that. But it is okay. We have a lot of production going on. decent piles of food. We're going to turn herbs back on here, because this is only mushrooms, right? So that should help. And we will, of course, fire all of our woodcutters, which lowers our hostility significantly, though not as far as I would like. That said, we do have 323 wood, so burning 160 wood over the course of the storm should be fine. Alright, trade routes. Still? Favorite lizards real quick. Not for long. Just long enough. There it is. Okay, now we've got stone, water skins, meat, and roots. Okay, so it is resetting. For a second I thought I got the same set twice. Regardless though, we are in year 8, and we've been going for 50 minutes, which means if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to cut off this video here. I very much appreciate you spending your time with me, though. I know it's almost been an hour, so I love that. Thank you so much for being here. It certainly does mean the world to me that people want to come and watch me play this silly little relaxing game that's not even fully released yet. So I'm very glad you're here. Remember that you can catch me live on Monday and Thursday nights, and you can catch any updates to my schedule at Ghostfinch Media on Twitter. Ghostfinch Media is all one word. I'm currently running the stream from 8 p.m. until about midnight. I've decided to double the length of the streams and start just a little bit earlier, and that's been feeling good so far, so I'll see if I can continue doing that. So yeah, Monday, Thursday nights at twitch.tv/DreadCanary, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, starting at around 8 p.m. And if I have to make any changes to the schedule, you'll know ahead of time if you follow me on Twitter at Ghostfinch Media, which so far is pretty dedicated to just announcements about streaming. So I won't fill your inbox, though. If I get some other projects off the ground, that might change. I might start talking more about the strategies I use to have successful relationships and relating to people, despite not being inherently connected to my emotions, because I am neurodivergent, and it does provide some challenges, but those challenges can be overcome, and I think from talking to people, it seems that hearing about how I do that can be useful, not just for other neurodivergent people, but for anyone who doesn't consciously think about what's going on in their head. It can be helpful, so I'm thinking about spreading that too. Regardless, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I would love to see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube.